The one who has limitless power, who has never and will never meet an intimidating obstacle he cannot overcome, an aggressive enemy he cannot overwhelm, a final decision he cannot override, or a powerful person he cannot overshadow. For nothing is impossible with God. Here I am to encourage you that God is working with you, working in you, and witnessing through you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. The world says it is impossible for a woman in her old age to give birth, but Genesis chapter 17 verse 17 states how God blessed Abraham and Sarah. The world says it is impossible for an animal to speak, yet Balaam had a donkey that spoke through God's intervention. Numbers 22, 23, 30 remind us about that. Joshua 10, 12, 24 is an evidence that the sun, moon, and stars stood still, but scientists are trying to figure out why there is a day missing in the celestial clock. 2 Kings 4:42 tells us that the crowd were only fed by a little grain and remained the leftovers. Child of God, don't be afraid of the word impossible. Let's involve God in everything we do, because with our own abilities we are unable. But with God we are able to do all things. He is the Ancient of Days, God of yesterday, today, and forever. Brethren, it doesn't matter what you are going through. Remember that at the wave of Moses' hands, he parted the Red Sea and produced dry land. Today, as we lift our hands in worship, he opens our hearts and produces his peace that surpasses our understanding. Ezekiel 37 states, he raised an army from a valley of dry bones. Today, he breathes life into our souls and revives our spirit by his Holy Spirit. Son of God, if he can do all those things, imagine what he can do with a life that trusts him completely. Remember that defeating a gigantic enemy seemed impossible, but God made it possible for David. Conquering a land full of enemies seemed most impossible, but God made it possible for Joshua and the company. Son of God, the fire is not to destroy you, but to display the power of God. It shall come to pass. Always be strong and believe God for turning impossible to possible, just as Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego believed. For he is the God of the impossibility.